Hey guys, welcome to my channel called Travel for Cars. Just want to give you guys a quick tour of my 2016 GMC Canyon with my toolbox setup on what I use daily as a mobile mechanic. So as we start to the back, I have a 3.5 inch to basically help hold down stuff. I've used it before, it worked great. It's from Hyper Tough, which is Walmart. Don't need anything particular more than that. It's not bolted down right now because I need new bolts, which is fine. Over here I have two 3-ton jacks along with the pipes I need for my jack, and I have a breaker bar. I have a long pry bar, and I also have a serpentine belt removal tool along with a 4x4 lug nut removal tool. Over here I have my jacks, and I have non-slip tracks that I put underneath my vehicle if my vehicle was to get stuck, which it did before, working out in the snow and stuff like that. So it is 2-wheel drive, so definitely need that. It came in handy. So let's start over here. Basically, this is my top setup where all my sockets and some of my power tools go. I basically got this toolbox from Walmart. It's Hart, and if you know, that is a Walmart company brand tool, so I used that and it worked out pretty good for me. I had it for over 2 years now. You know, it's textured black and soft close jars, which we'll get to in a second. So starting off with the tools, as you see, I have my sockets, mostly Husky, and I mean, I got a couple from Pittsburgh. Like I said, nothing special, because you know, they get rusty, they get scratches, stuff like that, so I wouldn't put any, you know, high-end tools in my toolbox. Right here we have a lug nut torque set, which I've used a few times, but I kind of stopped using it because I like to use just a regular torque wrench to torque down my lug nuts. I got both chargers for my power tools. I have a Ryobi cordless drill and a Ryobi 1/2 inch impact, along with a Ryobi 3/8 drive long ratchet, and it works pretty good. Again, I had them for as long as I had this toolbox, and it worked out perfectly. I have a regular lantern that helps me see my tools when it's nighttime, and then I have a bright LED light right there that helps me see the vehicles that I'm working on at night. And then right here we have the Bauer 1/2 inch, well, 1/4 inch drive impact, along with a Bauer's tire inflator. And then we go to the first drawer. Obviously I organized it, so usually it kind of gets a little messed up when I'm driving around, but I did drive around for a while and it still looks pretty good. 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch torque wrench, 3/8 torque wrench, and then we have a lot of 3/8 ratchets. Got a 1/4 inch small ratchet, got a flat double-sided 1/4 inch, and 3/8 drive ratchet. Also have this, which I'll never use, from Harbor Freight. And then I have all my extensions. I have my SAE wrenches, along with, I wouldn't even know what you call these, kind of close-in wrenches, but I definitely use those, definitely helpful. And then I have my metric ratchets, well, wrenches. And then I have a couple of stuff that I use here and there, mix and match wrenches. And then the next one, we have majority of my tools that I use to pry and use on brakes and use to open stuff. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you guys think that it's enough or not, but for me, it definitely works. And then right here, we have our miscellaneous and special tools. You know, I have another air tool here that helps inflate tires. This right here pretty much programs your tire pressure monitor sensors. I have a regular flashlight right here. Works pretty good. It also extends and has a flashlight that comes out through the side. This right here, SOS flashlight. Got a little bit of issue to it, so I gotta work on that. And then the vacuum. I got some that checks the voltage, but it's not a voltmeter, which I do have. Let's see. I do have this as well because I love doing electrical, and this helps a lot. And this right here from Cobalt, basically a voltage reader. So, tape, little trinkets and stuff. Got a headlamp, which is pretty bright. And we have right here sleeves for electrical wires, clamps, flat tire repairs, and then miscellaneous stuff like batteries and drill bits and threaders. And then, you know, gotta have your 10mm bolts, well, sockets. Gotta have your 10mm sockets. Always losing them things once in a while. And then here, again, we have miscellaneous, more of the heavy duty stuff that I use. Got some hammers. I got these for my bottle jacks, which we'll get to in a minute. Got a chisel, stuff for oil filters, chrome sockets for 1/2-inch drives, sockets for axle nuts, clamps, hose clamps. Yep. Go to the right hand side, which pretty much gotta use a hammer for it, well, a screwdriver for it to keep it up because it needs to be replaced. Right here, we'll start off here. We get a catch pan whenever I'm doing oil changes, or if I'm doing anything that a lot of stuff could fly all over the place. And right here, I got my Mechanic Tools seat, which I use, pretty handy. Right underneath it, I have my oil pan, and just a suggestion for you guys. You move this up the way. If you ever end up getting one of these, definitely put a screw in that hole, because unfortunately it does pop open a lot and the oil will get anywhere. Right now it's looking pretty decent. I have a gas can here to take with me. I got my 2-ton jacks along with 2 funnels and a dustpan with a broom to pick up any rust or anything like that that ends up on the driveway, etc. I do have coolant, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's basically, I got brake fluid, power stand fluid, all that stuff right in between that little area. Yep. And then right in this box right here, I have all my old parts that came off of vehicles in here. I'll show you guys real quick. I have a rolling tray. Basically, right there, a rotor, and I do have a couple other things in there like alternators and starters and stuff like that need to go to junkyard. So once it's full, like it is now, that's when I know that I should go there. And basically how I do that, I'll just move this forward and put half of it on the tailgate, and then literally just pull this forward and dump it out. It's pretty simple. Catch a tray again, and then this right here I kind of just added. This was actually my first toolbox that I use as a mobile mechanic. working out of a Hyundai Sonata. Up here I do have my I have this right here, which basically has a cover on it that helps fill up brake fluid once I'm bleeding. Earthquake, stubby impact, and then the long impact, and then a handle for that, and a new brake bleeder kit because the one I had pretty much cracked. And right here got a couple hoses and wires and bungee cords. Right here I got a couple gasket makers and fluids. I do have to get a couple more, so that's just how it is for now. I just clamped everything. Right here, I mean, technically I don't need this thing, but I just found this somewhere in my garage. Figured I might as well just put it in here since it's Milwaukee. Do have a manual air pump along with a rivet tool, and this right here helps transfer fluids. It's a pretty beat up box. Okay. And then right here, I'll have my propane, my corded grinder, my 2 ball jacks, and then that right there is literally a part of a ball joint removal tool, and the ball joint literally got stuck in there, so I gotta get that out. Okay, that box right there is empty. I just kind of keep it there to help elevate this right here. All right, on to the next side. I already spoke about this. It was kind of hard finding a bed cap that I could use. All right, guys, my phone kind of died, and I had to let it charge for a second. It did get a little dark, so as you can see, I did put on my reverse lights. Well, it's my bed light basically, and thankfully my bed cap is high enough where it can show through and, you know, shine a little bit of light on here when it get dark. But back to what I was saying about the bed cap. This came off a Ford Ranger, and I mean it fits pretty decent on there. You know, haven't had any issues with it, but the main reason why I got it is because it has the wide open side on the right, and then this right here definitely gives me enough room to get to what I have back here, which I'm about to show you guys. So let me just move this out the way. And then this down there. So as you can see, let's let this focus a little bit. Alright, so I have my extension cord, and then back there I have an air compressor along with its wires, well, not wires, its hose and another hose just to have an extension. And then I don't know if you guys can see that, but that red wire right there runs into the truck and to an inverter that I have connected to my cigarette lighter, and then it basically gives power to this thing. Because I don't know if I show you guys, but it does. Oh, look at that, it's already on because the truck is running. So basically it gives power to the power strip, and it has 2 ports for a USB cable, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it definitely took me a while to find me a toolbox that I liked, that I want to fit in the back of my truck. And like I said before, I had a tonneau cover, and I basically had to add an inch high piece of wood straight across and on the back and on the other side to lift up the tonneau cover a little bit to give clearance to the top of this thing. So yeah, Anyways, I got that replaced, and then right here I have all my special tools. This box right here has my bolts and stuff like that, so if there's a thing that I have to do where there's a bolt that got messed up and I might have one, you know, in that box, then I'm definitely using it to save me a trip from going to an auto parts store. We don't supply parts for our customers because it kind of makes it easier for us to get to our location without having to make triple the stops, you know, stuff like that. But we do help them out if we need to. So worked out pretty good so far, and I've been doing this for like 2 years. Yeah, so a couple of stuff that's in there, I'm not about to take it all apart, but I do have this. That bag right there has trim parts, well, trim tools to use to take apart stuff like bumpers, etc. I do have a little step ladder. I'm not sure it got everything, but I'm sure it got the top. But I have a step ladder. I do have which I never use, but basically a heat gun, and I have another tray down here to get stuff, and then that right there is a pulley remover. I have another one from AutoZone in the orange box. Could give back, but you don't have to pay for it. And then I have a fuel pressure gauge, compressor test, wheel bearing, no, not wheel bearing, ball joint removal tool, and I think like 1 or 2 extra boxes. But yep, I think that's pretty much everything. Put these back. And this setup definitely works for me. Been using it for quite some time. I'll be able to get to everything. My inverter isn't enough power for that air compressor back there, and I'll use my 5,000 watt inverter on something else. So only way I'll use that is if I'm at a customer's house, and if I really need to use it, I'll use my extension cord to hook it up, and I basically have enough power to start that thing up. Maybe in a part 2, if you guys want it, let me know. I'll show you my setup on the inside. I do have my just a basic scan tool and multimeter and a couple other things in there. I'll show you guys my inverter setup. This right here locks up. Put it back in here. And this right here, basically pull it a little bit, get it as close to the edge as possible. It pretty much locks right on this right here, which is nice. Tailgate also locks. Nothing's getting anywhere, and this right here definitely needs a lock, but you know, it was worth the price that I got it for. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe, and follow us on our channel to see more. Thank you.